All right, welcome back. This is week 6 with Jose, Kevin, and Letice. Kevin will be the observer, Jose will be my client. Welcome back, Jose. How was your week?
Uh, it was good and bad. I feel like overall pretty good news. Kind of averted a disaster with my son's birthday. We found an alternative solution. Kind of
Okay.
listened to your advice a little bit, or at least your recommendations, suggestions. So seems like home life is pretty good. I had a good week with my wife. But then the work, as you remember, a couple weeks ago, I had a pay raise. I mean, if you could even call it a pay raise, because it was only like 85 cents. So, um, but there's been kind of some, I would say, kind of like backlash maybe from my supervisor, but it's almost like in a non-direct way. It's almost like he doesn't really want to tell me about it, confront me about it, or anything. Um, so it's been good and overall good, but a little bit bad. I could explain more.
Uh, y- yes, please. Please. What do you mean backlash from your supervisor?
Like he's being very. There's a word for it. I just don't remember. He's being like non-direct, almost like what's the word? Um, well, anyway, I'll describe what he does. He always used to be a guy that when I would ask him to do something, like if there was some trash, and if he could call up like the janitor at the warehouse or something to kind of clean up some trash, or if I needed some supplies, he would attend to me pretty quickly. But ever since we had that meeting with our district manager to give me that raise, it's almost like he doesn't listen to me. He ignores me like I'm a ghost. He just walks right by me. He doesn't, it's so I talked to my wife about this,
Uh-huh.
um, which is I mean it's a good sign that I'm kind of opening up to my wife about some of the things that are kind of stressing me out, bothering me, worrying me a little bit. Um, and what she suggests is that my supervisor probably got in trouble from the district manager who didn't want me give me a raise. It's pretty clear he doesn't want to give me a raise. He only gave me 85 cents. So my wife thinks that my supervisor kind of got a little bit into trouble with him,
Oh,
and
okay.
now he's kind of taking it out on me by kind of just ignoring me, not listening to me. Um, So yeah, now I'm dealing with that. I got that tiny pay raise at work, which is a good thing, but now I'm kind of dealing with the non-direct treatment from my supervisor. He's just being weird, kind of rude
Okay.
also.
Okay. So, yeah, that's unfortunate. Um,
Hmm. Yeah.
yeah, that's what is it called? It's called hmm, can't remember what it's called either.
Hmm. Yeah, it's kind
It
of like he's in a way telling me like, look what you did to me, but without really saying it. Kind of like showing that he's mad at me, but without really showing it. And so,
it's a form of
but
retaliation.
yeah, yeah, I feel like he's retaliating against me. It's
Illegal, but it's very hard to prove.
yeah, exactly. Because he's not hasn't really said anything mean or anything rude, and
No, he's just not.
he just walks away, looks down at his clipboard, and walks right past me. And I try to be like, "Hey, we need something."
Yeah.
So, but on the good note, like I said earlier, we kind of averted a disaster with
Okay.
um,
Your son's birthday
when I
party.
yeah, with my son's birthday party. So my wife was able to talk to her family and basically get something figured out where it's not all upon her to cook everything, buy
Yeah.
everything herself from the grocery store, buy all the drinks. They're going to come, and so for Christmas we usually have tamales, but we're gonna
Uh-huh.
make that for my son's birthday party instead.
Okay.
So it's not going to be all out of her pocket to pay for everything, pay for all the ingredients, buy all the groceries and all the supplies. So everyone kind of agreed to chip in, and they're going to come um, a little earlier than planned because obviously the preparation takes hours to prepare all the food. It's a slow process of getting the tamales ready. So we found a solution to what could have been a potential problem, and it's a big relief that we won't have to, um, 100% out of our personal pockets
Okay.
pay for his birthday party. That it just feels good to know that her family's um, going to help out some.
Okay. And what about the people that are in town?
Hmm.
What about the people in town?
So they've agreed to help as well. I mean, they'd be coming over, and at the end of the cooking and baking everything, they'll just go back home. I guess part of the agreement that my wife made with her family was we're going to just open up like a open space in our living room and accommodate them with like a air mattress. They'll be sleeping here at our house. So it just seems like everything's okay with the out of town visitors, the in town visitors. So I mean, despite everything that's going on at work, with just kind of like this non-direct retaliation, I still feel like a burden has been lifted with the upcoming party.
That's great
In a sense,
news. That
it
is
is.
excellent. That's great. And what about the compressor?
That's something that I haven't really made progress with this week. It's kind of just
Okay.
there. The used compressor is working just fine enough. It's cooling the house. I have noticed that it doesn't cool it. I put it for 77 degrees inside the house, and it's only keeping it at like at 78, 79. But that sure
It can't
beats a
keep
90
up.
degree home. So I'm
Okay.
happy with it right now.
Okay. Cool. That's
My
awesome.
stress levels now compared to when I started are way lower.
Yeah.
I'm doing so much better.
That is great. That's great. And it's really great news that you found solutions to two of your big problems, although really just one. So,
Mhm.
um, with the job situation though, that's like, what are you gonna do?
That's a good question. I haven't. That's a good question because I haven't really thought about what I'm gonna do yet.
I mean,
I'm
you
still kind of just trying to figure everything out. Like, what's going on? Why is he doing that? Like I said, used to be a guy that would always help me. Always seemed like he cherished me as an employee. And now that after he we completed that meeting with the district manager, he's kind of like turned his back on me. It's weird.
oh, that's
I've never had anything
unfortunate.
happen,
Yeah, that is so
so I don't know what
unfortunate.
I'm gonna do. I guess keep talking to you about it. Keep talking to my wife about it. I
Okay.
guess that's what I'll do.
All right. Well, I know. I know this was just a bluff before, but did y'all consider actually looking for another job?
Hmm. I've looked around here and there when I go out to stores. I ask them if they're hiring. So I've, in a way, yes, but not like
Not seriously.
dedicated myself to like really searching. I've just kind of maybe tried here and there and taken very small steps to see what else is available. Looked on like an Indeed, just to see what else is out there. But um, yeah, I mean, once I have the next review in another, I think by now it's maybe like 5.5 months. If they continue to give me a raise, I
Hmm.
guess I can put up with it.
Okay.
Um, yeah,
It's not
but
that bad, huh?
right, it's not that bad. It's just kind of weird, but
Well, are you able to still do your job? Or, I
yeah,
mean, I know you asked him for certain things, but there's
hmm
another person you can get that stuff from besides him?
right, yeah,
Okay. Okay.
yeah. Like if we run out of trash bags and we need trash bags in our area,
Mhm.
um, I could just kind of tell one of the newer guys, like, hey, can you advise management? We need resupply. So we could still get it done. It's just it's like an obstacle that it's unnecessary to have.
Okay. All right. Cool.
So
So
I could
not
put up with it.
all right. So not such a big deal. It won't
Mhm.
really stop you from doing your job. It just makes it a little bit
Right.
harder. Okay.
Hmm.
All right. So all right. So not
And
really.
I figure that's what he's doing. I feel like I made his job harder, so that
So
he's
he's
trying to
just
make because
making
he
it.
didn't want to really do the the pay raise or the performance review. He was like very kind of hesitant about it, asking me, "Are you not happy with the job? Are you not?" So he did do it. He gave me the performance review, but it seemed like pretty reluctant.
Is that
And
really not
now,
part of the job?
no,
Oh.
they won't really give you pay raise. I mean, it's yeah, it's not. I wish it would be mandatory, but yeah,
Oh,
it's not a requirement. It's not mandatory. You know,
oh no.
only the only time it is if like if you try to apply to be a supervisor, like in his case. But
Hmm.
no, it's typically not a requirement. So
Hmm.
yeah, maybe he's kind of retaliating against me, but
Are you gonna
I
do
don't
that?
know. Retaliate against him? No.
No, no. Are you
Oh,
gonna apply to be a supervisor?
oh, okay. You know, if that question would have been asked at the beginning of counseling, I probably would have said no, just because of the extra responsibilities. They got to take like extra classes or something. They got to go like training and learn
You
some extra
told
things.
me at the beginning of counseling that being a supervisor wouldn't matter because the pay rate wouldn't be much higher than yours. You
And that's
told
where I was
me
going to
that.
go. Hmm. But that was back then when I didn't want to take on extra stress and extra responsibilities. Now I feel much better. So now I am willing to take a little bit of extra stress, extra responsibility because I feel like my day to day stress is kind of, I'm doing a better job at handling it and kind of keeping it under control.
Okay. All right. Well, shoot. Now that this has happened, though, what do you think would happen if you
Hmm.
did try to be a supervisor?
What do I think would happen? I think that well, I'm trying to approach it positively. I think that they could give it to me because
Hmm.
they look to put people in there who've been in in the warehouse for a while, and I'm one of those people.
Yeah.
Uh, so I feel like they, in their eyes, they're gonna think we might as well give it to him if he's already asking for pay raises. We might as well give him as much responsibilities if he wants to get paid more. So
Oh, look at that. Okay. All right. So is that you think that's gonna be what you do?
maybe down the line, yeah,
How
maybe
much down the line? You about to get another evaluation in 6 months, right?
yeah.
So is it gonna be before or after your evaluation? You
I
think?
think I'll hold it off till after the
After.
evaluation. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. So
Yeah, I think I can put up with my boss's weird new behavior for another 6 months.
you think so? Okay. That's fine. All right. So with the progress you made, you've made a lot of progress. Like before you're even considering
Mm-hmm.
going before, like I said, you didn't even
Right.
want to try to be
Yeah.
management because they weren't making that much more than you. Now you're considering it.
Mhm.
You got evaluated, you got a raise, you found a solution to your son's birthday party with your wife. She
Mhm.
spoke to her family. You're talking to her before you even talk to me. You're just
Mhm.
doing it automatically. I don't even have to suggest it anymore. You're making great progress.
Yeah, thanks. Just some of the things I've learned through my sessions in counseling.
That is great. So, have you ever heard of telehealth sessions? What do you think of them?
I'm not too familiar with telehealth.
Telehealth is just us, instead of meeting face to face, we talk on
Mm,
pretty much online. That way,
okay.
um, that way it's more convenient
Uh-huh.
for some
Yeah.
people.
I think
As
that could be convenient. I wouldn't have to sit in traffic, but it would be kind of hard. My son would always come up to me, and I don't know if I'd be able to find kind of like the space in the house.
hmm
I live in a pretty small home, so um, it does sound convenient, but I would it'd be a little challenge with finding kind of just the privacy, the space in the home.
okay. So you would like to stick with the in-person sessions where you can be have your own
Yeah,
privacy and not have to worry
yeah,
about
I think
that.
so.
Okay, cool beans. And as far as your progress goes, do you think
Hmm.
that you would be able to, if we had to end sessions, no more
Hmm.
therapy, do you think you'd be
Hmm.
able to continue what you've learned on your own?
I think for some time, yeah. I'm not saying I'd be done with therapy forever.
Mm-hmm.
1 year from now, who knows? I could kind of go back to stressing out a lot, worrying a lot, and I may need therapy again. But for now, I think I'd be okay
Okay.
um, to to discontinue for a while.
Well, we don't have to well, it's up to you, but you have other options versus you don't have to
Mm.
actually just discontinue. If like you have options to discontinue, but then there's other
Okay.
options of just meeting, not actually meeting every single week. You can meet
Hmm.
once a month. You can meet every
Yeah.
2 weeks. So
Okay.
it or um
Once a month sounds fine,
yeah,
actually.
yeah, once a month.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that would be good. 'Cause like I said, I'm doing pretty good now. Stressing a lot less, worrying a lot less. Coming in once a month would kind of give me the chance to have more kind of like progress or updates on how things are going.
Okay.
So I think once a month would be okay because it's kind of like frequent but not too frequent. So once a month sounds fine actually.
Okay, cool. Then in that case, then we can meet once a month. Same time,
Yeah,
good?
perfect.
Okay. Well, then I will see you next month. You have an excellent
Alrighty.
evening.
See you next month.
See ya.